Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Okay, we'll try that again. I want to welcome everyone to the Co-op Petroleum Ladies Alberta Curling Series Major. Thank you for bearing with us this morning as I got in here a little bit late and we decided to do some announcing this morning. So thanks to Jerry Gertz and everyone back at Curling Stadium to get that set up for today. Please jump on the live chat and toss in some comments or questions or anything like that. My name is Matt Yo. I'm the owner of Tim's Ice Manufacturing here in Edmonton, Alberta. And we run the Leduc Rec Center here for the ice. And the ice makers for the event today are Kyle Winters, which is one of our business partners, and Justin Rumson, and then also Logan Yo. So they've worked really hard to try to create a great service for these athletes this weekend. And looks like we're sitting at about 15.2 to 15.5 with about 4.5 feet of curl. So they've been doing an outstanding job. And the rec center here as well is a big shout out to them and their staff and all the support that they've given us over the last year and a half. And it's been phenomenal. So we'll get to the action here. A big three banger there on the first end for Team Hilker. On one of the sheet 7 here, and we're looking at the Kristie Moore and Kayla Skrlik game. Looks like it was a blank in the first end, and looks like they have a couple rocks in play this end. So I'm going to get caught up, and here we go. Welcome, Megan, Deborah, on the live chat there. Huge shout out to all the team sponsors as well as the sponsors of the event, Co-op, Tim's Ice Manufacturing, Sticks and Stones Pub here in the LRC, as well as Global Machine and Supply. Without these sponsors, our event just wouldn't be possible to provide the best opportunity for these athletes. And I really appreciate all the small businesses stepping up here and helping out our athletes and helping out our series through the last few years of the pandemic. And everyone has really come to the forefront for the community of curling and our events here. And I really appreciate that. So it looks like Kayla is going to come down and try to tap back that rock top 4 foot, lie in front of it, trying to remove that rock all the way out of the 4 foot. So therefore, her rock would be second shot rock. Well, that didn't last long in my broadcasting career. Third game, I think, or fourth game I've done, and that's the quickest I screwed up a shot call. So it was a nose hit for one. 1 point for Team Skrlik in the second end. All right, we're back. Scoreboard is back live here. We're 1-1, heading into the third end. Kristie Moore will have the hammer in the third end. So we see this quite a bit, where the first rock of the end goes as a guard. Second rock goes to the open side to draw away the play from the center without the hammer. When you don't have the hammer, you want to be able to keep that center area open for your last rock if you need to get the team out of trouble. And so you play to the sides, and then this is 95% of the call. You try to hit that rock and get the roll towards the center. As you're the team without the hammer, you want to try to concentrate all your play in the center. One of the most aggressive calls I've seen is actually back, I believe, in the 2006. I'm aging myself here now, but 2006 men's junior provincials. Jamie Fletcher was playing Derek Miller from Camrose, and this was the strategy for the first few ends, and blank, blank, blank. And then one of the more aggressive calls you can do without hammer here is to ignore that rock in the corner and then come around the center. And that's actually what happened in that final to get some rocks into place. So we'll see if this transpires or if they get that roll into the center. One of the big things to pay attention for as a team here, both teams don't want to roll out. If you're Kristie Moore and you roll out, that gives the opportunity for the team that doesn't have the hammer to draw around that center guard. If you're Kayla Skrlik and you roll out, that gives the team without the hammer the ability to go up and peel out your center rock. So very important to stick and stay and try to get that roll behind there. Thanks, Mark P. We'll work on that. So it sounds like maybe I'll be broadcasting the Grandy parent broadcast as well, but we'll get Jerry on that to see if that's something that we can fix up. Very good point there, Keith, on the live chat as well, is that both viewers of the parent game can get caught up on the Skrlik Moore game as well. So we'll see if we can fix that here. So the dreaded rollout for Kristie Moore's team. That gives the opportunity to draw behind the center guard for Team Skrlik. Had that one at 15-3, back 8 foot. So we have some good speed here this morning. Great curl back there as well. So good job, boys, on the ice this morning while I was at home trying to get a couple extra Z's. So instead of peeling the center, we got a back 8 foot rock. So as Donnie Bartlett would say, this is how you get the sneaky 3-ender. This rock looks good. It's coming down, just a light clean at the moment. Might be a little bit speedy down here. Again, in the last broadcast, I reached out there and said, you young curlers out there, your club curlers, everyone watching, do reach out to your ice maker during the week or before the event happens and ask about some tricks of the trade. We're open books. We can help out the teams, give as much information as we can. We want everybody to have as much information as possible to to obviously play at the highest level possible. So reach out to those ice makers. They'll give you some advice. It's one of the advice here that I give some of the teams is going away from the home end. So in the odd ends, it's a little bit quicker here in Leduc, just because of the way the pad is and how much ice we have at each end. So it's actually a little bit warmer in the far end, and that produces the rock to glide a little bit further. So John Epping had it at, there was about a 3-foot difference going away than coming home. So it's about 0.2 of a second. So again, you curlers out there and the juniors, anybody that's looking at getting a little bit of an advantage or helping their team out, do reach out to those your ice makers at your local club and ask about some tricks to the trade. So great shot there by Team Skrlik, top 8. Now Team Moore has to rip the center guard off to try to make sure they have a shot here to get their one. Few rocks move there. Really good shot by the Moore team. Now gives Team Skrlik again to go around the semi-center guard. So the clear shot there for the Moore team was to get that rock off the center line, which they did. So if this is completely buried, the Moore team will have a chance to draw with their last rock to get one if it continues down this path. But great shot there to get that center guard off the center line. Looks like they're trying to carve this one over. It might be a touch heavy. So I think they might have been caught in between there where they could have kept it straight and hit the rock on the top 8-foot, the red one, and then it would have redirected over to that behind the guard in the red. The bottom red in the yellow, in the red. Oh my goodness. The bottom red in the 8-foot. But there needs to be a little bit more communication out there between the sweepers and the skip and the shot maker on exactly how heavy that rock was. So if they're saying back 12-foot, okay, they could try to carve it over to get it over to that back 8-foot rock. But if that was hack weight or through the house weight, it would have given the skip the opportunity to say, you know what, no, it's not going to curl with that type of weight. Let's keep it straight, and let's redirect off that rock in the top 8-foot. So really important out there to keep your communication going between the sweepers and the skip. And now with curling going to that one sweeper with directional sweeping, that other sweeper that's not directional sweeping really needs to be the communicator. So she or he needs to be communicating with the person in the house as well as the person sweeping the rock, saying, yeah, go hard, yeah, go hard. Or, hey, yeah, that one's hack weight. And then the skip can make the decision if they should sweep it or not. Gives Team Skrlik really to put some pressure on here. Let's try to draw around the center guard. Looks like they're working on it pretty hard. Line's good. They're getting it to curl. Really good shot there. Top 8, not buried. So it gives them an opportunity to tap that up with their next shot. Now, discussion for Team Moore here, where there's a few shots you could make. Is the triple there? Could be close. Probably have to throw it pretty hard and hope to hit the one at the back 4 foot. But the double and sticking it would be a very good shot. So you're sitting at least second shot and third shot. You could play the wide in-turn draw, freeze to the back 4 foot rock and cut them down, and they really put the pressure on Team Skrlik. Or you could make the double the other way, off of the other rock on the left-hand side, and stick there again, putting some pressure on Team Skrlik. But it looks like Kristie's decided to make the double on the center line and possibly make the triple. This will be a very interesting shot because as a team, you need to be aware of what the first shot call is. Is the first shot call the double on the ones top 8 foot that are close? And if we get the triple, fantastic. Or is the shot call the double on the center line rocks? And if you get the triple on the outside one, is that the bonus? So you really need to be aware of what the main shot call is. So great, good shot there. Just probably overthrew it just a touch. But gives Team Skrlik here an opportunity to draw top 4 foot and really put the pressure on. So it looks like they've tightened up the ice quite a bit here on this shot. One of two things could be happening is that they have been a little bit heavy throughout the end, so the rocks seem like they wouldn't be curling as much. Or they really want to make sure that this one's dead buried, not leaving it open on the outside, so that gives Kristie Moore the in-turn draw around the center guard here. So I think where they're trying to go is right top 4 foot, dead buried right behind that yellow rock. So that would give you about 4 feet of curl. This is looking really good coming into the house. Missed the guard by about the 4 inches. Fantastic shot. So this will give Team Moore the out-turn draw to the pin for 1 point. So we're probably looking at about a third end, probably 15-5, 15-6 with some sweeping. Lightly dusting at the moment. Made a little jump on him there. Looks like it's going to be a great shot. Fantastic. 1 yellow for Moore. Great skipper's shot there. Great sweep call. 2-1. Moore over Skrlik after 3 ends. delayed. 30 seconds.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
All right, we're back. So 2-1, Kristie Moore over Skrlik. Skrlik will have the hammer here in the fourth end. Good force there by Team Skrlik on the last end. Been joined here by Mr. Dudka. Ryan Duke has joined us, and now I don't have to ask all my questions and answer them myself. So again, huge thanks and shout out to our sponsors for the weekend. Co-op Petroleum, who is our presenting sponsor of the Ladies Major here by Alberta Curling Series, as well as TaylorMade Wellness, who's giving out chiropractic and massage for our athletes here today. Everyone's going to be in the C side here eventually, and some teams will be trying to play every single draw this event. So this early in the season, to get some muscles and kinks worked on, we have TaylorMade Wellness, as well as Ice Advice. So those are the sensors that we use in our ice systems. They're right on my phone here. It gives me minute-to-minute updates on what temperatures each sheet's at, and alerts if they get too high. And last year with our minus 50 during Christmas there, we saved the ice at about 6 of our clubs just because it was too cold for the plant to run. So Ice Advice, huge help there as well. Tim's Ice Manufacturing, providing a great service for the athletes here this weekend, as well as Hack to House Curling Supplies, which is a new curling supply supplier here in Edmonton. So if you're part of a curling club and are looking for a new revenue stream, there's a great program that they have available for a profit share program. Your curling club members buy product anyways. You guys might as well get a profit share for the club. So reach out to hackthehouse.com for any details for your curling club to sign up for the profit share program. So down here in the fourth end, looks like Team Skrlik is going to get to split the house, lie to, and try to set up her deuce. Megan says hi, Ryan.
Hi, Megan.
I think you have the two people announcing right now that won the inaugural mixed doubles championship in Gibbons about 1996 or something like that. Again, don't want to age yourselves too far, but
let's be honest, you won that. I was terrible.
when we won the mixed doubles provincials for Alberta, myself and my wife, she would have said the same thing, that I was terrible, she was great. So that's how it works.
I believe it.
I tried to get her down to come in and announce, but she figured we fight enough upstairs in the lounge. We probably shouldn't be fighting on TV as well. So. Great shot there. Fantastic roll behind the top 12 in this type of surface with these type of curlers is almost a guard. So great hit and roll behind the guard there for Team Moore. Also, a huge shout out to some of our producers back. Jerry's got a great company working here, and they can produce games right from their house in different cities in Canada. And I believe one of the producers we have for today is Haley Britton. So thank you so much, Haley, for producing some of the games here this morning. I know that we have quite a few watching this game right now. And, it's great to have curling in our households, that we can not just see the Grand Slams, but we can see the up-and-coming teams as well, trying to get there. So huge shout-out to Curling Zone, Curling Stadium, Haley, Rory, Jerry, all the guys back, I'd say back in the truck, but they're probably sitting on their couch doing this on their computer. So fantastic amount of work that goes into this. Thank you so much. So a couple different options here for Team Skrlik. She can play the double, or she can just do a wide hit and roll all the way behind the other corner guard, or the third option is to hit and roll in front of her own rock and use that top 12 rock as a little bit of a guard.
Great double.
Yeah, great double. Absolutely. Setting up for their deuce. There would have been no question about that shot if you were in the hack throwing it. It would have been made.
Easy.
Made.
For sure.
All right, so Kristie's going to try to hit the shot rock there and probably roll behind the other red rock. So using that red rock and top 12 as a guard. Back to back.
Excellent. Great shot.
Fantastic. So again, just to be a little bit nitpicky, if you're sitting there and you want it to be absolutely perfect, you'd probably want to move that yellow rock, one whole rock, towards the center line. So the reason for that is this run back, if that rock was moved 1 foot to the center line, the shooter rock wouldn't be in the rings if they made this run back. Now, since that rock is moved over 1 foot, this run back, and if it's done perfectly, the shooter will actually be in the ring still still lying 2 red.
That's exactly what happened.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great shot.
3 in a row.
So Kristie trying the double here, you think?
Yeah, probably going to be trying the nose double. You know what? The Skrlik team has her on the ropes right now, because if she makes this nose double, her rock will be out of the rings. But it looks like it's going to overcurl a little bit and roll behind the other corner guard. If that's shot rock, is that shot rock? Oh, no. Red shot, but... Where do you think she wants to put this one there, Ryan?
I think she's trying to freeze to the rock just throwing.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Freeze or come behind it, but there's probably about 8 feet here where you could put this rock. Probably 6 feet to put this rock where you're lying to, and keep your deuce available. So again, here, like I was talking about earlier, reach out to your ice makers, ask them about some tricks of the trade. So they should have picked up on it by now, but 15-5 going away from the home end. We're probably about 15-3 on the way to the home end. So it looks like they've judged this pretty well.
Just didn't get the curl.
Yeah. Good shot. They're spread out. No double available. Looks like if the next 4 shots are executed pretty well, they should be set up for their 2. Trying to make it curl here a little bit to get to the center line. Trying to get these rocks grouped together a little bit. And well executed shot there. Now it's time for Team Skrlik to hit and roll either under to see if they can get their 3, or hit and roll into the open. I think hit and roll to the open would be the right shot call here. Sometimes you try really hard to get your 3, but when you group your red rocks together, there's an opportunity for a double there.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you just want to take your medicine, which good medicine is 2, and given the opportunity to take a deuce every time with the hammer, keep those rocks spread apart and keep it pretty simple. I think we saw that in the game last night where Team Grandy, they had an opportunity to get their deuce in the 7th end, pretty ho-hum deuce, but she tried a couple interesting shots to try to get 3, and it just didn't work out for her, where really the potential really wasn't there to get 3. You would need pretty much a wide open miss from your competitor, and in this level you're not going to get a wide open miss very often. So
I think she's trying to hit and roll away, I think, here.
I think so, yeah. Oh no.
Stick around.
Yeah, it didn't seem like she took a whole bunch of ice. She kind of had the rock, the broom right in the middle of the rock, and just over curled for her. Big mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah, great opportunity here for more to probably hit and roll away again.
Yeah, probably hit and roll to the center line. Yeah. So again, for your young teams out there and the teams that are, everyone's trying to get better, with a wide open hit like that, with ice that's about 15 seconds, 15.5, you don't need to throw that big up weight. Use your sweepers with fast ice. Your sweepers can really maneuver that rock down the ice. So try to develop that board weight shot where your rock, if you throw it from the hack, there's no rocks in play. It would just stop at the boards. And then that with that type of weight, your sweepers can really control that rock. And a lot of people tend to, okay, it's a wide open ticket, I'm going to throw it hard. But if you hit 3/4 of a rock there, you roll out. If you hit 3/4 of a rock with board weight, you only roll about 3 feet. So it's a little bit more controlled.
Looks like she got an excellent shot coming here.
Yeah, absolutely. Right back to where she just rolled out from. So we'll see what the line call is here as well as the weight call.
Now here, you're looking to probably roll behind the guards now this time?
Why double check here, but this is last rock, so I think she's just trying to hit and stick here for one. Looks like she gave herself another, 4 inches of ice? So it looks like she's probably still going to throw this pretty hard.
Looks like it, yeah.
And you'll see this a lot with actually Aaron Slaczynski's team has played here the last couple weekends, and they're playing really well down in the Okotoks Spiel right now as well, is that they just play that through 8. So they hit in a shot like this, that yellow rock that they're hitting might not even leave the rings actually. So they play really controlled weight to keep the sweepers involved. She's got a good nose hit here. 1 red. Tie game going in the 5th end. All right, we're back. 2-2, Kristie Moore and, oh my goodness, Kayla Skrlik. Fifth end. Same kind of thing happened here in the third. I know that you're a little bit behind there, Ryan, but center guard goes up and Kristie Moore throws one to the wings. So now they're going to try to hit and roll and see who hits and rolls behind that red guard first. And I'm glad Keith there in the live chat. We got our USA people watching here today, so getting her spread around the whole world. I mean, household names right away there, Ryan.
I know. Well, TSN will be hiring us soon,
Right? Can't afford us.
No.
Good shot by Kristie Moore's team there, keeping that rock away from that center guard as long as they can. Previously in the third end, where the reason why I got a little junky was that the Moore team actually hit and rolled out, so it allowed the Skrlik team to draw behind their center guard that they threw up.
Great shot.
Yeah, fantastic. Now this is where it could be a little tricky. You overcurl a little bit, tap the red into the house again. We'll see.
Would you ever play a freeze on the back one there?
You know what? I would, but there's probably a reason why I'm announcing not playing. But yeah, like I'm a touch more aggressive when I have the hammer. I always want to try to set up my 2s and 3s. You know, you do have the hammer in the odd ends. So there's been a lot of, and Jerry's been a huge supporter of the analytics of the game recently. And you really want to try to score on the even ends. So again, if you're going to the analytics, you try to blank this end so you'd have hammer in the 6th end. But I'm a little overweight and don't like to play as many ends as possible, so I either like to win big or lose big. So. And I skip. I don't even sweep. So
yeah, for sure. If I played, I would skip. I can't sweep.
Especially not like these athletes out here. My goodness, they can maneuver a rock around the sheets so well. It's a funny little story that we had the first year the illegal broom heads came out. We had one of these events at the Avonair Curling Club in Edmonton, and I was down at the Saville Center the couple days after the event talking to Brennan Botcher saying, you know, I need to go flood my ice. Like, I'm not sure what's happening. Rocks are going all over the place. Like, I got runs, I got falls, and he's like, no, come take a look at this. So we were throwing some rocks, and he's like, even you can make the rock back up and do things with these brooms. So I started sweeping the broom, and he threw a draw on the edge of 8 foot, and I swept it all the way down, and it ended up edge of 8 foot right on the tee line. It didn't move an inch. I'm like, oh my goodness. But now even with these conforming heads, these ladies, man, they can move a rock still, and the amount of training and effort that goes into the sport now, it goes under. I underlooked. I don't know if that's the right word, but it goes. It's amazing amount of training that these ladies put into it.
Yeah, the gym is just as important as the on ice training these days now.
And you would know, yeah, absolutely.
My daughter's just getting into it and just started the off ice training this past weekend, and you need to.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, if you're not improving, you're standing still, right? So these ladies are in the gym. They're in mid-season form here in September, when most curling ice makers aren't even thinking about ice other than like my dad would say, other than the ice in his scotch. So these ladies and these athletes have really put a lot of time and effort into it, and it starts at a young age now.
Looks like she's just going to try to nose hit here, I think, and sit her two.
Yeah, it looks like the force is on if they can continue this. Oh, over curl.
From the force to the blank is open here again.
Mm-hmm. Update on sheet 7. Hilker and Croft got their 2 there. 4-4 tie. Grandy and Parent finishing up the 4th end here is in a 1-1 tie. We've got some great games going on this morning.
Yeah, good battle back on sheet 7 after giving up 3 there in the first.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we had this discussion actually when we were doing the first game of the weekend. Team was down 6-1, and they decided to play the 5th end. They strung about 24 shots together in a row and got back into it 6-5. So you really want to not lose faith, control, and just stick with it. Make as many shots as possible. Get some reading on the ice, because these weekends tend to be long weekends, except for the teams that qualify out of the A. So you want to take every advantage and every chance you have to play with the rocks on the ice. Try to figure out if you have a good pair, because you might be back on that sheet of ice for your next game.
Looks like more hit and rolled out, and try to draw away to the back 12 here to.
Little case of the heavies. That was Team Skrlik I was just talking about. They were playing Clancy Grandy, and I believe they were down 6-1. They really strung a bunch of shots together, but they had a little case of the heavies that night, and might be the same here as well on this end for sure. Again, too, a little bit on the ice side of things. 5th end, you're playing down the center of the ice now, so there hasn't been a lot of shots down here. A lot of the shots during practice, during the first few ends, is always from the outside coming in, right? That draw to the button is really important for practice and for hammer. So when you start seeing these draws to the wings, that pebble hasn't been really used throughout the game, so it might be a touch faster going down the center. And that needs to be a communication point with your sweepers to make sure that you're aware of that. And it looks like here, it's a perfect example that it's a little bit quicker down that center path. It hasn't been used as much, and they've just seen a few through the host.
Yeah.
One of the things I'd love to see, and maybe it's because I'm an ice maker, but one of the things I'd love to see for these younger teams now is off ice training super important. The mental part of curling and sport super important, but also there needs to be some input on with a good ice technician on how the ice changes throughout the game. You can kind of tell. And Justin Runson that really helps us out here at Leduc and has been part of Tim's Ice for the last couple of years. His curling game has really improved, he said, in the juniors, went to nationals last year, with just sitting there and chatting with myself and Kyle about how ice is a living thing. So it contracts, it opens up, it speeds up, it slows down. There's different paths. There's a lot to go into that. And some of the best people on the tour, Mark Kennedy has an amazing grasp on ice. Kark Martin has an amazing grasp on ice and how it contracts and opens up. And when it contracts, it gets a little bit slower. So really get to your local ice technician and ask them the tricks of the trade. And it's funny, some of these clubs, when the plant kicks on, the lights actually dim a little bit. So when I was curling when I was younger, I could tell when the plant kicks on, the lights dim because it's a lot of power, and then the lights get back right up again. So you could tell in about 30 to 40 minutes after that plant kicks on, the ice is actually going to start contracting because it gets colder, and the rock's actually going to start slowing down. Yeah, so a lot of people think the colder the ice, the faster the ice, but it's actually the opposite way. When the ice gets warmer, it creates less friction for the rock to grab, and it actually speeds up. So it's all those little tricks of the trade that, what a good shot there if that red rock sticks around. I think it did. Oh. Went from a blank for possible jam here to get two.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one thing that my daughter's excited for working here now is to learn about the ice more, to improve her game a lot. So
yeah, absolutely. And again, like your local ice makers and anybody, myself, reach out. We want to try to give as much information to the players as possible. I kind of chuckle at a lot of these events that no one comes and talks to me. Like there was about 3 teams that came and talked to me and say, hey, how's it going? Any tricks of the trade, what's happening at the club this year? How's the humidity, blah, blah, blah. And we're an open book. We'll let you know. But, is there any bad rocks out there? And, we know of a couple. We try to get them into the lead rocks and match them. But, some of the times you just can't do it. But, your local ice maker has a lot of information of different sheets. Sheet 3 out here actually is about 3/4 of a second faster than all the other sheets because it's a warmer one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information there that you can get from your local ice maker to help you out, even on a Thursday night men's league, right? You're playing for a beer against the guys. You want all the information possible.
For sure. Especially when the beer's on the line.
100%. So blank attempt for Kristie here. Keep the hammer in the all-important even ends. Shot. So keeps the hammer in the even ends. 2-2. Moore and Skrlik. All right, we're back. 2-2, 6-10. Kept that all-important hammer. So now, if the analytics keep up here, Kristie Moore is going to have 2 hammers to 1. So she'll have the hammer in the 6th. She needs to score. Then she'll give up the hammer in the 7th, and then she'll have the hammer in the 8th after she forces. So I think if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Gertz, but tied up playing the 6th with the hammer, I believe you win about 70% of your games. Could be more. Again, a huge shout out to our sponsors for the weekend, Co-op Petroleum, that have really stepped up to the table to provide a great sponsorship for the Alberta Curling Series and the presenting sponsor of the ladies event this weekend. Global Machine and Supply for their sponsorship of the men's last weekend. Benoit Sports and Swaller won that one in an unbelievable game, actually, in the final. We have TaylorMade Wellness, Chiropractic and Massage that are providing free chiro and massage for our athletes and maybe the announcers, right, after this game. Heavy-duty work that we're performing here. So huge thanks out to TaylorMade Wellness, Chiropractic and Massage. Hack the House, our newest curling supplier here in Edmonton. Hackthehouse.com. Please visit them for any curling clubs. Actually, we have a really good program with profit sharing. So your members buy products already, so they might as well buy products from Hack the House, and your curling club sign up for the profit share program. Gives you another added revenue stream there. So hackthehouse.com. And visit us on our website. We just opened the doors here on Tuesday, so we're really excited about that. Also, Tim's Ice Manufacturing, Kyle Winters, Justin Runson, and Logan Yo providing a great surface here for the players and athletes to play on this weekend. Sticks and Stones Pub in the LRC, fantastic eatery up there with some food and drinks. And Ice Advice, one last one. Our in-ice sensors that give the ice makers the technology to keep updated on a minute-by-minute basis on how their ice is holding up to the event. So thank you to all our sponsors, as well as Curling Zone and Jerry Gertz, Haley, Rory, and all the people behind the scenes getting this live stream put together. So it looks like we're going to have a few rocks in play here. A couple of center guards that are overlapped, not always the greatest.
Good when you don't have the hammer.
Yeah.
I think Kristie wanted that one top 4 foot, but it looks like it's
Face of the heavies.
Yeah.
Yeah, back 4.
We can freeze right on top of this now, and
this is going to be the shot of the end here. Sometimes Don Bartlett came up with a really good line here last weekend and said your lead will never win you the game, but they could lose it quite often.
Oh, I know. My daughter's a lead, and
yeah, it's a lot of pressure. But this shot basically sets up the end here right now. She can weld this on there. It's a force all day, or it's a steal situation. It's coming in here. They're sweeping it hard.
Yeah, it looks like short.
So this is an interesting call. You're kind of in trouble with that double center guard that are staggered, and your rock back button. Couple opportunities for Skrlik. They could come in with the out turn around there to get to that back yellow one. For myself, if you're in a little bit of trouble, you want to make sure you score this end, I probably would have been walking up there to make that double peel in the center line. Again, that looks like a great shot, but it gives them the in-turn draw freeze to that back button, right? And
how do you get it out?
And how do you get it out?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's those little shot calls that at this level kind of go from a steal to forcing, right?
For sure, yeah.
And also, right, from here, that double peel gets made every single time. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say I'm 100% behind the glass.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Working on this one pretty hard as well here. Well, it's coming in hard. I think this might be go, go, go. Oh, yeah, no. Gonna crash on the yellow one, I think.
Just about it.
Oh, great sweep to get that in the second shot. So again, you're not looking the greatest here for the Moore team.
Not even looking at the.
Not even looking at it. Yeah, not even looking at the double peel. Might have a little team conference here. Looks
it's
like
a big end. I'd be calling a timeout.
Yeah.
What's the next event you got on your tour there, Matt?
Yeah, so next weekend we have the mixed doubles event. A little bit of a smaller field. I think we only have about 8 to 12 teams for that. I can't remember, but running Saturday, Sunday here in Leduc. And then the weekend after that, we have the men's and ladies Alberta Curling Series. I believe that one's just about full, but there's another few more days for some entries if anyone's interested in entering.
Looks like they are going to try
That double
open it
peel.
up.
Yeah. That's the right call, I think. Yeah. That's a good team conference there.
Yeah, the veteran came down and said, let's open her up.
It's a good shot there. Some people look at that going, oh, there's still a center guard, but the center guard's at least your color now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if you get into trouble, at least you can run that back. So that looks a lot better. Now you have 2 yellows in the house and a yellow center guard up top without the staggered. So now Team Skrlik, without making a couple really good shots here, they might be in a little bit of trouble. So that's a really good shot call.
I missed the call here.
I think they're just tapping the top red one, the top 8 foot, into the button. On, off, on, off. So it seems like it's probably pretty close. Well, they're on it now. I think this might be a real good shot.
Very good.
Yeah, that's a great shot. In there for Shot Rock, yep. So now you might see Kristie walk up and run the yellow one back that they just hit. But they could be content of just keeping it there as well with their own rock, right? Own color. Very aggressive call here. You ever just hair that top guard, you could be disastrous. But they make this shot, and they're going to be lying 3, pretty much all buried.
Yeah.
Big risk reward shot here.
Well, you can see about almost 3/4 of it. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hit what you can see. Run it onto the one top 4 foot. Your shooter rolls over behind the corner guard, and that would be a bonanza. The dreaded down the center line a little bit out to the broom, but see how this one works out. Good shot.
Yeah, great result.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you're nitpicking, you'd probably want that shooter over just a little bit, but
Yeah, absolutely. You wanted your shooter behind that corner guard to not let this double be available. The advantage of this double is that it doesn't matter what she does here. Yellow's still going to be shot rock with that back four shot. So I believe this is the third's last stone. For not the appropriate shot being made, the result was actually really good for Red there. It tapped that yellow rock right to the back forefoot, creates a good pocket.
Yeah, for sure. I think Kristie's going to try to draw one around here.
Yeah, I think ideal shot here, it'd be full forefoot, 3/4 buried around that top red one in the top 8 foot. If you could walk it down, that's exactly where you'd want to put it. Little update here on the Hilker Croft game as well. Looks like Hilker was forced to 1 in the 5th end. I was going to update you earlier, but it looked like they had 96 rocks in play, and it took them about an hour to clean up. So no shortage of rocks in play in that game over there.
And Grandy picked up 3 there in the 4th, it looks like. Take a 4-1 lead on Perrin.
This is hooking in there hard.
Heavy.
A little heavy, yeah. Ooh. So remember we were talking about that end-altering freeze?
Yeah.
That's another one right here.
We got the opportunity again.
Yeah.
A lot of backing this time.
A lot of backing. Been in this situation a million times, I think, myself, throwing last rock. Where, okay, I got lots of backing. I'm going to throw this hard. You don't need to. You just need to make sure you throw that draw to the button. Your sweeper should be telling you right now. It should be the same speed as draw to the button, pre-game practice, or a couple feet heavier. Let us sweep it into that back 4-foot area. Don't throw it there by yourself. Use your sweepers.
Yeah, it's a perfect shot here for your sweepers.
Absolutely.
Get them involved and steal this end right away.
Yeah. Use all that summer training. Right?
Exactly, yeah. Not much sweeping going on right now. Got a curl.
Yeah. Good
Really
shot.
cut in at the end there. Nice shot.
Again, that was almost just thrown right there, right? There's not a whole bunch of sweeping there.
Nope.
But result was really good. All Kristie can do is either A, sit on it, or what I would like to see is a sit tap and move that yellow rock probably into the 12-foot. So then, if you see a miss from Skrlik, you have an opportunity for a 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gander.
And 2 veteran curlers here, so
Seen the situation a few
I'm
times.
going to guess that's what they're going to play here.
Yeah. You might be the lucky charm. I think our live stream viewerships went up tenfold since you came on here.
It's my voice.
The voice.
Yeah. Voice for radio. Or face for radio.
Yeah, that's what I was told in my text messages last night, saying there's a good thing there wasn't a camera in the booth, lest the ratings would go down. All right, so big shot here. Got it, probably looking for like a back 12 weight call. Again, super important communication in today's curling with the way you can maneuver that rock down the ice with the sweeping. Ultra important here. So the sweeper's got to be engaged with the thrower, to letting her know how the ice is. Has it changed anything since her last shot down this path? And then also lots of communication coming down the sheet with the person holding the broom that should be calling line. A whole bunch of brushes being laid to it right now.
Jumped on it late.
Oh, this could be a beauty. Oh,
What you called?
absolute perfect shot. Yeah, absolutely. They have 2 shots right now. The yellow does to get rid of that red rock. So you could actually throw a howitzer down there, peel off that red rock off of your own, and actually that middle yellow rock right on the center line actually stays, and you'd get 2 out of it. Depending on where this goes, they also have the yellow corner guard that you can see there on the left-hand side. You could run that in as an angle for a 4 spot, depending on
Where this one
ends up. Yeah. So very important that Kayla gets this rock into a really good position. Probably looking at about a 3 to 4 feet less weight here, and let your sweepers sweep it in. So it's a ways out there. And I think it's a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's coming in. But I think it's a touch heavy. Oof. It's really good. I think that's really good. We're dealing with a pretty small screen that we're looking at right now, but one red? Sitting red shot rock, I think.
We need that overhead view.
We got it, but it's my eyes aren't good enough. Wow, it's a really good shot. Well, there we go. Thanks, Jerry. I think it's yellow. Yeah, from here. There we go. I think it's yellow.
Oh, it's close though, eh?
I think it's Jerry that's on our feed right now, but it could be Haley. So actually, you know what? Good job, Haley.
Yeah.
Thank you. What do you do? I don't know if there's a shot there. If you think you're shot.
Is this her first?
This is last rock.
Last rock?
Yeah. If yellow thinks there's shot rock here, I don't know if there's a shot. You might throw the wide out turn tap on that corner guard and try to tap it right to the button. But I don't know if you think yellow's shot here. I wouldn't be coming this way. All you need to do is tap that red a hair, and then you're not shot rock.
No, exactly. Right? Yeah. A big time out here.
Yeah, this is a big decision. As a teammate, I'd be saying, who shot? Like, someone tell me if it's red or yellow. I don't care if you're wrong. Just tell me what you think it is, so then we can decide what we want to do here. Like, if it's red, then sure, try that in-turn tap. But if you have to be definitive on it's red or is it yellow, and then you can decide what shot call you want to make. The worst thing is a skip sitting there going, well, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Make the call, and if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah, I think the only play is the one coming off the
that corner guard. I think. I don't even think they looked at it, but another interesting way to look at this is that if you actually want that corner guard to curl into the house, you'd have to throw the in-turn. So coming in it from the center line. So if you came in from the center line, your rock would be spinning towards the boards. When it hits the other rock, it would start spinning towards the center of the ice, and would actually create a little bit of a curl coming into the house. Those many hours that I've spent on the ice with Dad scraping and me throwing rocks and trying a bunch of different angles. We did a lot of that actually in Japan when we went, and I was really lucky to be able to go play with Kevin Park and Mark Johnson, and learn a lot from them when I was a youngster on drag effect and spin and all that type of stuff. It's amazing what goes into it.
Oh, 100%. It's people just think, oh, you're just throwing rocks down on ice. It's a lot more than that. When you see these pros make the shots they do, and you're just amazed.
Absolutely. All right, this is a tricky shot. This is a game breaker right here. If she's wide, she might give up a steal of 2 here, but doesn't look like it. They're sweeping hard on it. Oh no. You know what? That's probably the professional way to miss that. Miss it tight. You miss it wide, you might just hammer your yellow right out of there.
Yeah.
Now it's whose shot, right?
I'm calling yellow.
I think it was yellow. Yeah, they kicked it off pretty quick.
So 3-2 more after 6.
Oh, you're really confident.
Oh, I'm calling it. Yeah. Get the official scorekeeper to make it, but I'm calling yellow on that one, and it is a yellow one.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Orthodox the coach.
Oh, really?
Welcome back.
3-2.
Good game.
Great game.
Yep.
So center guard looks like they tried to dry the wings and a little bit heavy. So they've decided to put a bunch of pressure on here because you want to try to force now that being up 1, right? Up 1 without the hammer, you want to try to force. Doesn't even matter if you force them to 2. You want to be able to make sure that Skrlik scores here. The only problem is I've done this a lot where you force them to take 3. Yep. And then you're down 2 coming home. Done that many times. You can really tell the two different releases of the teams, eh? So you saw Kristie Moore, her broom was almost into the blue, into the 12-foot for that draw, probably 4.5 feet of ice, and it came in right on the button. Now you're seeing Team Skrlik and the lead, Ashton, I believe. Her broom is in the 8-foot, so taking about a foot less of ice. So you just kind of tell the different releases in the teams, which is really smart of the skips there to know how each of their player throws and to ice them properly.
Yeah, it's like you've seen Holman's good for so many years is because they knew they almost take negative ice when they throw.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like another great shot here.
Yeah, this game they're scrapping in the. I believe this is a C event game.
It's interesting where both teams are either missing the shots or they're both making them at the same time.
Sometimes that's the case, right?
Yeah.
Let's check here. I think this is a.
Yeah, I think it's C.
It is
C event. Yeah.
They're all C event games out there this morning. So loser gets to go home. Winner gets to play at 1. Winner of that game gets to play at 7. Winner of that game has to play at 9 a.m.
Cool.
So this is where that summer
training
pays off for you.
It's a little heavy. Rolled off the red there a little bit.
A little update on the Grandy Parent game. Looks like Parent got 1 in the 5th end, so it's a 4-2 advantage for Grandy with Hammer in the 6th. So again, here the Moore team out into the 12-foot, 4.5 feet ice, 5 feet ice here for this draw. Keith Keller has probably the best live chat information or statement ever produced. Losers of the game should buy the commentators beers at the bar.
I'm in.
So if you want to visit their social media links there, I believe it's Team Moore and at Team Skrlik. If you want to pass that information to those two teams, that'd be fantastic. A little bit of a case of the heavies there, right? Slid to the back, 12-foot.
Looks like there's opening things up here.
Yeah, the interesting call to me again, to be honest with you. You know what? You were sitting, Red's sitting pretty at the moment. They're sitting second shot and third shot. First shot and third shot. With the guard, they could have played the outturn tap on their own red rock or even in the outturn freeze onto their own red rock. They could have been sitting first, second, and fourth shot, and that yellow one would have been awful lonely in there. Now, with peeling that center guard, Moore has a really good opportunity here to make a double and lie 3 herself. Right?
Yeah, it was an interesting call. You want to score at least 2 here, so.
Like, I get it where, you know what, you want to open it up so you make sure you score. You know, it's getting a little bit cumbersome in there, but, man, you know, that double's made now by Team Moore. They're lying 3. Like, right there, boom, boom, yeah. They're lying 3, and it's going to be tough. Now you're freezing to the rock on the back button probably, or trying to make a double, and to try to get out of the end, you got to make 3 doubles right now if they make this double. That was a very interesting shot call there. I don't know if that was the proper one or not. Mr. Keller, you don't want to hear any drunk commentary. I'll tell you that right now. We have to put that at the 18 plus YouTube channel. I think.
So it looks like they're just going to double off the 2 on the 12-foot there.
Yeah, this is surprising to me again. The problem with this shot is that you ever jam that back there now, Team Skrlik is still sitting first and third shot, right? You could jam it back there and make that red rock roll all the way over to your yellow one. This is an interesting shot call as well. I thought they would even hit and roll in front of that red one, right? Made the double.
Roll out.
So it's still interesting because Team Skrlik still is going to have to make a double here eventually. Hitting the rock on this side, their rocks aren't going to be spread out that far apart either for Team Moore to have an opportunity to double.
Get them right back to him,
yeah. But again, depending on shot calls here, maybe the blank is in play. Uh-oh.
Kerlin?
Yeah.
They lost it here. Oh, no.
Not optimum.
No. That was a little hit and roll on top of theirs.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to nose it because then, I think Team Skrlik's going to change tactics here and probably try to get their deuce now. I think the call earlier to peel that guard was trying to get the blank.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah. It's interesting now these days where teams would rather be down 1 than up 1 coming home.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I don't know. If I was a curler, I'd always want to be up.
But yeah, again, Jerry's probably listening. If he has the stats of being up 1 or down 1, it's amazing. When we were talking about tied with hammer in the 6th end, you are 60 to 65% chance of winning.
A lot of strategy in this game now. You see a lot of these teams have coaches that are not players. They're analytic people or head doctors.
Yeah, it's amazing the analytics in sports nowadays, right? Like, one of the biggest ones is probably baseball, right? They're going to change the shift. You're not allowed to shift next year because of the analytics and has made the shift a regular occurrence now, right? So good double there. Blank is on. So what do we know? Go peel that center nerd, right?
That's why we're here. That's why we're behind the glass. And
yep. Up 1 without the hammer. Hold on here. This is a statistician of curling right now. You don't know anything? Jerry's got it.
Okay.
Up 1 without is about 60% in the last end. Yeah. So yes, I'd rather be up 1.
Yeah.
Right? That's why it's been super interesting to watch the elite of the elite, right? The Kevin Cooeys and the the botchers and right? All those elite of elite throwing rocks away and hitting and rolling out and making sure they have the hammer coming home. It's been an interesting few years trying to decipher what the analytics are, because obviously there's a lot of analytics in curling. That step to that elite is huge at the moment, and what they think is what's going to win them the game. It could be a lot different, obviously, at this level, right?
For sure, yeah. What'd you think of all the off-season roster moves? One of the funnest off seasons, that's for sure.
Yeah, every 4 years we kind of get treated to a lot of things moving around, and the interesting dynamics that happen in the Botcher team at the Briar and whatnot, and it's great now because curling has all this coverage that from Curling Zone and Curling Stadium and all these other venues that people get to keep up on it. So I think there's going to be some really interesting teams this year. A lot of changes. Alberta is obviously a powerhouse again, and Manitoba's kind of changed a little bit with those teams being shook up. It's going to be an interesting 4 years.
For sure.
So short of a nose hit, looks like it's going to be a blank here in 2 more rocks or 3 more rocks to come. What I'm even, the men's game, it's interesting, but, to be all honest, there's probably going to be 4 teams left at the end, or 5 teams that are the top in Canada, and it'll be an upset if one of the teams that knocks them out, right? What I'm super interested and I love about our sport is the ladies' side. With all the changes in the ladies' side, there could be 12 teams that have a chance this year. All depends who glues with who and what, right? So on the ladies' side, it's great to see, and the sport is really growing and available for those youngsters coming up and taking it seriously. So.
I'm trying to think, but I think almost every top ladies team's changed this year.
I think so, yeah.
Can't think of one that stayed.
Nope. The Tracy Fleury's. Well, actually, in saying that, Carrie Anderson's team, right?
Oh, yes.
Top team in the world for a few years here.
Right.
They've stayed together, and they're going to be tough to beat. Very tough to beat, as you can see the last few years here.
Yeah, 4 skips coming together.
Yeah, they're just dominating.
Yeah.
So.
A pretty back and forth end here, and
try to fill some airtime.
Yeah. I keep nodding to you, thinking people can see me, and I don't say anything. And
good thing that people can't see it.
Yeah. So next draw's at 1, Matt?
1 p.m. It might be delayed maybe by 15 minutes. We only have about 3 hours between times, but and our ice crew needs to get out there and create a scrape, pebble, and nip for the next game. So all depending on how quickly we can get out there and do that. All right, so here's the blank opportunity here.
Looks like we might have one final there. The Grandy match, I think.
I think the Grandy match is over. Team Grandy wins.
They put up a big number, I think they're in 6.
Man, didn't take in much ice, eh? Oh, don't spin back in. Nah, good shot. Blank. And 3-2 going into the 8th end with Skrlik having the hammer.
So we'll see if they can beat the odds and score 2 here to win it.
Absolutely.
Sheet 7 there. The Yellowstone
Okay, we're back. Center guard goes up. Corner guard going up. So I don't know if that was the right, or not right shot call, but I don't know if that was the shot call, was the center guard. Typically, being up one without the hammer, your first shot wants to be as close to that button as possible.
Yeah, isn't there a saying where it's up, you come in, down, you go out?
Yeah. But it looks like it was probably what they were calling, because this one looks like they're calling a tight guard as well. So they're really going to put the pressure on this end for the steal, it looks like. So we were just talking during the commercial break about just the amount of time it takes for teams to play a game. So what we try to do as ice makers is we try to scrape, pebble, and nip before every game to get the best quality ice for everyone out there. So then what we need as ice makers and facilitators of the event are teams to really try to concentrate on making that game a 2-hour game. We've seen a lot of after end conferences and talking to the team about what we want to do for the next end. I think that could probably be cut in half, and we can really get the teams out there in 2 hours so that the draw times and the next games don't get pushed. The ice makers have enough time to produce a good quality product, and everything doesn't get pushed down the line. Because if the game lasts 3 hours, then you know what? Realistically, as an ice maker, you should just probably go throw a pebble and nip, and here you go.
Exactly, yeah.
For the next game, and that's not fair, right? So those teams out there and those people listening, be ready to throw, get in there. These teams are excellent at it, and then the ice makers and the facilitators of each event have enough time to get the next game out there. Because if you're the next game, you want the best quality ice that you can get, right? So. All right, it looks like we got some rocks in play. Corner guard, a little bit heavy. 2 centers. This one looks like it's cutting hard. Yeah. Maybe got her started a little bit, or like you said, a little light, maybe. Yeah, a little light. But game on.
It is now, for sure.
4 guards.
Again, opening it up.
Yeah. This is a tough call, because if you hit that ultra thin, that's going to go back on your red rock in the 8-foot. If you hit it ultra thick, you might get a second corner guard out of it, but it's why I guess half dozen of the other, because you do want to open up to make sure you do score. You do have your corner guard. The issue with this one is that your shooter that's being thrown right now, you hit it thin, it could take out your corner guard, which I think this might happen right now. Bingo, bango.
Oh, brought it in.
Still not the greatest result, though, right? Doubles there, roll behind your center guards, or straight draw. Now you don't have any corner guards. So, interesting decision on the peel. This is also an interesting decision, only being up 1, not hitting and rolling, leaving 2 red rocks in the house.
Yeah,
so, ultra aggressive. So a little light on your first one.
Looks like a little
heavy on your second one. But dead buried.
Not bad. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Freeze on top of that, and loves opening it up.
Yeah, again, this is a tough decision. As long as you're going to be trying to keep your shooter as a corner guard. So this might be a good time to have a little conversation with your team, saying, listen, we're not going to play this as a peel situation. We're actually just going to play this as a hit and roll to a corner guard situation. You make the double peel here, your end's over. You're not getting more than 1. You make the double peel. More is going to make the double on the side reds. More is going to lie 2, and you're going to be lucky to get a chance at 2 here. This is really interesting.
Dead nose.
Yeah, not they're going to be in a tough position here. This is so interesting to me, sitting here as a longtime player as well, at a higher level, but not the highest. A lot of people. It would make me laugh. A lot of people would go hit that red rock now. You didn't do that with your first one, but now you're going to do that with your second one. But Kristie's got a really good grasp on the game. Obviously, she's played at a high level for many years.
Yeah.
You played the one shot draw. Now let's play the next draw. Put the pressure on.
Yeah, you make this good, you're in trouble here if you're.
Yeah, I think you're in big trouble here, Skrlik. Yeah. Now you're probably peeling for your life. Right?
You are, yep.
Before you had some options.
I'm trying to get this to curl in here. You almost see all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where do they want their shooter to go here? Are they just nosing it, or?
I think they're just trying to make the double, yeah. Hit and flop out just a little bit. I think the team is trying to figure out, it's been an up and down decision process here in the 10th. Are we being aggressive? Are we not? So where's the miss here, right? Is the team's probably trying to figure this out? Is the miss on the guard, or is the miss a little bit wide? You do want to know that when you're sitting in the hack.
Yeah. Just a light dusting. Just by the guard.
Good shot.
Great double.
So now it's decision time.
Yeah. So I was just going to say, I think it's what's going on with the cameras here?
Everyone's getting excited.
Jeez.
Gotta stand up here and see what's going on back there. Oh, you know what happened? The heater turned on. So the air movement is hitting that camera. So we apologize for the shaky camera there on sheet 5. Great time to come down, have a little conference. That's, to me, I believe it's the third's first shot. Now, if this is the third's second shot, my shot call would probably be different here. Third's first shot, I'm probably making that double and rolling across the sheet. If you make the double on the left-hand side there, those two red rocks, your shooter probably rolls actually all the way underneath to probably the 4-foot tee line area. Then you're guarding against the two. If you draw right there, Skrlik will have the double, the tap back. If you're going to draw, I think the proper place to put this rock is full 8, right on the center line. Any further back, it gives Skrlik a chance to do something with it. But if you're full 8 dead buried, your shot rock. To me, it's just too tough to make this hit and roll. the ultimate thing in any sport, especially in curling, is make your shots easier and the opponent's shot harder.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I think they've elected to draw here. Maybe not.
Well, I'm watching my daughter. I like them just to get rid of rocks as much as they can.
Yeah.
So here I like the double.
Yeah, it's all situational, right? Right now, this is a really tough shot. The double's a pretty easy shot. Well, not easy, but
From
it's
behind
wide
the glass
open.
again.
Yeah, sitting back here, it's really easy.
Yeah.
Trying to make it curl. Looks like it's curling. I'm almost trying to sweep for it to be straight now. Great shot.
Unreal shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one's good too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, sitting second shot.
I think they're shot rock. Oh no, I think you're right. Yeah, no, that back red one's shot rock. Yeah.
So they opened up before. Now they're. Why wouldn't they open it up again?
Well, again, I'm confused, kind of strategy wise so far this end. You're lying one right now. So, do you want to lie two? Like you could draw a completely open side 8-foot T line, and lie two, and then say, okay, make a double or hit and roll or something, right? You could draw all the way around, go right there where the broom is, top 4 foot, and lie two. But then she's got the double off the top 12-foot one.
Right.
Or you could go up there and rip off the double guard, and then they make the double, and it might be end over again, right? So
Yeah,
I don't think you want to peel guards
No,
here
not now.
to make sure that your deuce stays in play. See, it was funny. I was always raised to I was in the Don Bartlett's and Kevin Parks and some of the top curlers in the world, with my dad being one of the top ice makers and always being with those guys. So we talk strategy and move salt shakers around since I was about 5 years old. And I was always told, good strategy will always beat good shot making. I've always had to do that because I've not been a very good shot maker. But the shot making nowadays with all of these teams is just tremendous. So any shot that they call, they have the utmost confidence to make, right? So it's a treat to watch. So it looks like they're electing for the wide out turn draw to lie two. The third's last rock here. On it pretty hard out of her hand,
really,
eh?
Yeah. Now they're trying to
keep it straight.
Straight now. Looks like.
So at this instance, if it's not going to get there. Oh, no. Wow, great sweeping. Man, these ladies can sweep a rock.
Great shot.
Yeah, great shot. So do you see how that it's like almost like a triangle, eh? On the overhead view, red, red, red.
Yep.
It's a perfect triple. Those angles right there, if I had a telestrator, it's an absolute perfect triple. That was the issue with that shot call, is that you put that in a good spot and this double's made, your yellow's dead buried with two. Even if the hit and roll's made and that red rock that they just threw top 8 isn't removed, it's going to be super hard to get more than 1 point here. So the way to guard around that and not make this shot call available to them, right? They made a perfect shot. Red made a perfect shot, but now it gives them this double. What they could have done is come the other way, the in-turn side. So on the left-hand side of the sheet, and drew in the same spot, but then this double would have been a lot more difficult, and there wouldn't have been a triple available for them.
I think they're just trying to finalize the ice here and what kind of weight they're going to throw. And
so it looks like they're probably throwing the out turn at it. I could be wrong. Maybe they're taking a touch negative ice and throwing it back to the room. A lot of these teams have developed a couple different ways to throw hits. As you're talking about the Homan team earlier, I believe they have 3 different ways to throw a hit. It's either straight up the broom, so that it'll curl a little bit, and it's either at the rock and thrown out so it doesn't curl and it stays straight, or it's negative ice and they throw it out and it backs up the entire way. It's an interesting way. So she is throwing the out turn, so coming down the middle. This is going to create more action off of the rock that she's throwing that'll come into the center harder.
Right on it early. On it, yeah.
So is she going to jam it? She is.
I think he just nose hitting this one.
Nose hit would probably be the shot call here, yeah.
You don't want to roll towards the center line because you're risking jamming there.
Yep. So the absolute perfect shot here would be right on the nose or a roll out towards the broom by about an inch. The reason for that is that if you hit this right on the nose or if you hit it a little bit and roll in towards the center line, it gives the the outside red there on the 8-foot an opportunity to hit and roll off of that into the back 4-foot. So if you could roll this rock 1 inch to the broom side, that blocks everything off.
Oh, gotta get this to curl.
Boy. All right, red line 2. So yeah, the veterans there that have been in this situation a few times know that there's one call here. It's just draw back button. Back 4-foot, dead buried. So again, those younger teams out there, those teams that are trying to get to that next level, this is where you take that extra 35, 40 seconds, communicate with your front end as they're doing right now. How's the weight? How's the speed? Telling them exactly where this rock needs to go. And then it's all up to the sweepers. Line's important here, but it's not super critical. It's more weight. You want this rock to be essentially just back button. Right where her broom is, yeah. But they're going on it hard here. Going on it really hard here. A little light. She's going to tap it enough to get second shot.
Don't think. Oh. No, I'm going 2 red still.
I think so.
Depends how good your guys' circles are here.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Perfect.
So now here, if you're
Team Skrlik, draw the 4-foot for the win. I think she might have the win already, but it gives you a chance to the 8th end, right? give yourself a chance to practice this draw. So maybe next game they'll have the same shot in the 8th end. Know what the ice is like. I'm going to try to get a time on this. I'm thinking full 4 foot. We're probably in the 14.9 to 15.1 area. Looks like he jumped it right out of her hand. That's more than just a clean. So sweepers might think it's a touch light.
Yeah, on it all the way.
Trying to get it to curl now,
Here
but
comes Ramsey out to.
so that's 15-7. So if they can sweep this to the 4 foot, that is an unbelievable sweep. Wow.
Great sweep.
That's a great sweep. It didn't get there, and I think we're probably in measuring territory for the win here now. 15-8-9.
What are you calling here, Matt?
Well, I think it's red.
Red to win or yellow to force an extra here?
Yep. As an ice maker, we never pick sides. We pick time. So I know my boys out there are standing beside the Ice King right now, so they're hoping it's red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Whenever we go to big events and there's possible tiebreakers, we become fans of teams real quick. So there's no tiebreakers, so we can go to the patch. But all right, here comes the measure. So I'm old school. I think this should be done by the players all the time. It's I get nervous for the official that's out there, and the Briars and Scotties out there doing this measure, because if they kick a rock, it's a blank end, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If this person, I believe Susan, yeah, it's red. Yeah, looks like a good game.
Handshakes.
Now, if Susan would have kicked the rock and she's measuring the rock, if she kicked the rock or did something wrong, her rock would be pulled off and it would be 1 point for red. Now, I always think the players should measure, and then if something goes wrong, it's obviously their fault. But thanks again, Curling Zone, Co-op Petroleum for being our sponsor for the weekend. All the players for coming out, as well as Ryan Dudka helping us out for some broadcasting. Haley, Jerry. I know I missed a few people, but thank you so much. And we'll see everybody back in about 40 minutes for the maybe even 30 minutes for the 1 o'clock game. Thank you so much, and have a great afternoon.
That was fun.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next curling stadium.